My door was just pounded on by some very concerned students who were letting me know that we can't have lunch in class on Monday instead of today because it's King Arthur Day. That would be Martin Luther King Jr. Day. But no, we can't have lunch in class because we'll be out of school for King Arthur Day, so we'll have to do it on Tuesday. Alright, welcome to today's video. It's going to be a series of stories and tips and things, whatever. I need to put my lunch away. First tip, seating charts are the bane of all teachers' existences. They are the worst to try and put together. It's like literally impossible. I am down to 2 kids and I need to figure out where to put them. But I figured out this year a great way to do my seating chart. So I have the kids move their desks. I don't move them for them, and they do move the entire desk because all their stuff's in there and their name tag is on it, and it's just a whole huge debacle to try and just like take your stuff and switch desks at this age group. So they move their whole desk around. So I needed a way to give them like a map to do that. And if I handwrite it on a piece of paper and put it up, they were always confused. So here is what I did. And I'm going to scoot back so you can't really read everybody's names, but I want to show you what happened. Okay, so I made a slide that labeled the places in my room and the tables. And now also when I go to make the seating chart, it's nice and easy because I just can drag a kid and move their seat. And there they are. And it's really easy to shuffle around. And I'll save this with the current seating chart on it. So if I ever needed to print it off for somebody, I totally could. Yeah, it's just been pretty convenient. So there you go. Pro tip number 1, seating chart on a PowerPoint slide. Also, failed to mention, now I just project this and they can find where they're supposed to go and get there. And they can use the landmarks to orient themselves. And we use the numbers hanging up to match with the middle of our table, so that's how they know where to put the tables approximately. Alright, so here is a fun story for you. We were sitting back doing morning meeting, and normally our morning meeting involves a number pattern of the day we've been practicing skip counting for a very long time because we were terrible at it when we first learned it. Anyway, I've been adjusting it and doing a different math activity. So yesterday we did like an addition problem, and today, since we're learning about measurement, I decided to do like a little measurement review. So I said, okay, we're going to do a math challenge this morning. I'm going to draw some pictures, so it's really going to be a challenge of how good am I at art. And dear sweet child in the second row goes, ugh, we all know how this is going to go. Excuse you, I think I have pretty good art skills. Kids say the darndest things. So I don't think I've mentioned this yet, but today was a day. First of all, it has been raining all day long. So I think we went outside for a grand total of half my class went out for 1 recess. We were inside all day today. Other fun thing, I did mention this, the technology in the entire district was out. It never came back. So internet has been spotty all day long. So sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. So pretty much had to cancel anything that involved a computer. It's fine. It's fine. It's only like 45 minutes to an hour of my afternoon, and same for the morning, but we good. We're so good. It's a very good thing I got a donut for breakfast this morning. But in the midst of all this crazy, there were some beautiful moments. I've already mentioned some, and I actually have more beautiful moments from children. So we're writing reports about severe weather right now, and I have a student in my class who I was helping with his writing. So I'm helping him write the sentences, and he's dictating them to me, and I'm writing them down. And so he's telling me about a storm, and he says the water pulls back, and it keeps going back into the ocean, and it builds and builds and builds until a tsunami comes. I couldn't hold it together, and I started laughing, and then he felt bad, and I was like, no. Anyway, salamis, love them. Take out whole places. Tsunamis, on the other hand, not at all dangerous. Don't worry about those. And then, so half my class went out to afternoon recess, and the rest of us were still in here, and the bell rang, and I was like, all right. And I stand up to go get the kids, and one of the girls at the board goes, she's up there writing on the board, and she goes, "Can we just leave them out there?" And I was like, "Leave what out there?" And she goes, "Them, the other kids." Just gonna get rid of the rest of her classmates. Oh gosh. Okay, so I'm wearing the other project we did. We talked about in our literacy unit this week, the book is all about some students who make instruments out of trash, and typically in years past I've actually let them bring the materials and we follow the directions to make instruments out of trash. But they never sound like actual instruments, and it makes a huge mess everywhere, and it's just, I was over it this year. So instead I decided to do a different recycled project. So we made beads out of magazine strips and made ourselves bracelets. And it was way fun, and it was an independent activity, and they could make as many or as few as they wanted, and they all turn out a little bit different, and they help each other with it. I gave our spelling test while they were doing it. It was just super fun. So highly recommend magazine strip beads. Look it up. Love it. Do it. It's great. Oh, we did another craft, because today was apparently the day of crafts, which is good because, you know, no computers, so crafts. We did a measurement craft. We read the book Inch by Inch, which is, oh, it's over here still. It's like a little board book. It's called Inch by Inch. There's an inchworm that measures a bunch of animals and things. It's really short, really cute. And then we decided we would also make our own creatures and measure them. So we drew our own animals and we measured them, and we, wrote down how many inches it was. Well, I let them choose which animal they wanted to draw. And I told them I have books with pictures of animals in it, so if you need to look it up, that's fine, but I expect you to do like a pretty good job with your animal drawing. And I have a student who says, "I'm going to draw a giraffe." And I was like, "Great, that'll be perfect. It'll be really great for measuring. Love it." So he brings me his drawing. And I said, "What is sticking off of his neck?" And he said, "His arms. He's standing up to get the food." And I was like, "Have you seen a giraffe before?" This is the student who ran into the salami too, so he'd just been having a rough day. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I think the reason why I find all of these things funny is not because they're actually funny, but because if I was not laughing at these things right now, I'd be on the floor crying, because today was a hot mess express. Like, wow. Like, you can tell by... This is how you can tell. I don't even know where half this stuff came from, but it's just everywhere. Also, the kids left 30 minutes ago, and I've done absolutely nothing to get ready for next week, because I'm just like, laugh so you don't cry, laugh so you don't cry. Lest you think that all my kids think giraffes have arms off their neck, let me show you the actual ones that they did. So these are inch by inch animals. That's a panda, as you can clearly tell. We've got teeny tiny little ones and big ones. It was a very cute, fun craft. Okay, my final tip slash fun thing is I love to teach using songs. I found songs for just about everything I teach. That's actually not even close to true. I have a lot of songs for things that I teach, and I like to have my kids learn them, and then I kind of just play them during random times, because then they remember concepts that we've learned. Well, I didn't have a song about measurement, and I wanted one, so I spent a few hours after school the other day and wrote a song about measurement, and I wrote it to the tune of Senorita, which is a commonly sung song in my classroom by the children. So I'm going to insert some audio from them singing. Enjoy our super non-choir voices. And yeah, I'm just a little snippet of how good we are. I'm really proud of this song. If you love it and want it for yourself, let me know, and I'd be happy to post the lyrics in the description so you can learn it for yourself too.
I love to measure all the things I see, yeah. I estimate or guess it with my brain, yeah. I measure up the length, la la la, and with la la la, I can use a ruler, big or use a yardstick, let's go and inches small. But what was measured by the king?
One of my favorite things about small people is the unidentified substances that you often find in things. Let me show you. I went to try and take this homework out, and it's stuck because there's something all over it. I don't know what it is. I don't really want to know what it is. There's a substance. Sticky. All over that homework. Well, that's all I've got for stories and exciting tips for you. I've already left my classroom, but I forgot I should film this, so I'm doing that really fast. My hands are full of things, so there will be no see you. Well, maybe. Anyway, that's all I've got for you today. Hopefully your Friday was less rainy and less crazy than mine, but filled with an equal amount of laughter. Don't forget to comment if you have any questions and subscribe, and I will see you next time. See ya.